Hi there, it's Sam from poodles.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. Today's project is this one. It's a big old box. It's a Foxy box, but there's not a fox inside, but it's so lovely. And it's open. It's open in there, so you could put treats and stuff and give little hints of what's inside, or you could put some maybe smelly bath bombs and you can have a little sniff place or something like that. I don't know, but it's gorgeous, and I wanted to use the box to show off the beautiful paper. Now this is the Foxy Suite paper, which is gorgeous and loads in it. Can't get on board with the Calypso Coral with it, but I do like all of the patterns. I couldn't decide which one to use, so I used 4 of them. And then I put Bermuda Bay with it. Now it is Pool Party that goes with it, and I am going to use Pool Party, but I went with Bermuda Bay just to see what it looked like. Kind of like it. Right, let's make one. We're going to make a Pool Party version. 8 by 11 inches, 20 by 28 centimetres, and start on the long side and score it at 2 5/8 of an inch. That's the dimensions of it, that way round, which is 6.5 centimetres. So 2 5/8, 5 1/4, 7 7/8, and 10.5 inches. So in metric, 6.5, 13, 19.5, and 26. Turn it round and then score it at 2 1/4 inches, 6 inches, and 7.5, but you flip it over, score it at 7.5 inches, which in metric you're going to score yours at 6, 16.5, and 17.5. So the bottom of the box isn't quite perfect, but that's okay. You've got enough overlap that nothing's going to fall out. Okay, like a big box. So, just drop everything. So burnish your first 2 score lines along the horizontal that are in one direction, and then the other one, make sure you're folding it back on itself, so you get that shape. Oh, I think I've got autofocus on still from the last project. Oops. That's okay, I just hope I don't make anybody dizzy. Keep coming around. Okay, so there's some bits to trim away. So the top of the box, I'm not going to open it because I'll never get the baker's twine tied up, but there's no side flaps that normally they would fold over like that, but we haven't got those. So you need to take 2 of them away. I'm going to go with this one next to my skinny side and that one. So you don't take 2 next to each other, you need to take 2 that are opposite one another and whiz them away. Be brave with your big scissors. So cut there and take it away. I'm going to take this one away. Oh, I've got an alarm reminder going off on my phone. And then do the same with this one. Cut there and there, and then cut this one away. There we go. So that's the top bit that we're going to cut away, so that'll create that part and that part. These bits, cut straight up those 3 score lines and take that one away. Oh, that was a bit of a wobbly cut. Huh. There we go. So those are the bits you're taking away. Perfect. Now, my paper that I'm putting on, I decided I was going to go with 4 different patterns again. So I have got, this one is actually this way around, and you get sort of like almost a square in the middle that gets bigger and bigger, but I like the difference in the shape. Got my chevrons, I've got my teardrops or raindrops, and then this one is actually the other side of that. And they measure 3.5 inches by 2 3/8 of an inch, which I haven't written down in metric, so that's going to be 6 by no idea, and I can't find my ruler. Where's my ruler? Oh, what's that going to be? So that's going to be 6, that's going to be let's just measure it. So 6 centimetres by 9. That was hard work, wasn't it? Okay, so snail. There are so many gorgeous patterns in this paper. I love the mushroom. Or are they toadstools? That's a question. Mushrooms or toadstools? Toadstools, probably. But I suppose you could colour them in a particular way and that would make them a mushroom. Or you could colour them in a particular way and make it a toadstool. Up to you. So they're all on there. I'm going to round these corners off before I stick it all together. Just to make it pretty. And now run adhesive down that part. So I've got fast fuse here. Love fast fuse. You need a gentle hand with it, don't push hard. This is going to be the back of the box, so because that's the back and that's the seam, so you're folding your two sides and the back, and then obviously depending on how much stuff you've got in it as to how much adhesive you're going to put on. Line that up. And then now I've got my pretty front of my box, because it flows around like that. And I'm going to punch some holes in. So I've got a crocodile here. And I want a small hole. So I'm just gripping the tops to make sure it's not going to wibble. Make sure those holes are lined up. This time I've got white baker's twine. I went with the Bermuda Bay to match the bit I'd punched out there, but I'm going to go with the white. I didn't want to put pool party ribbon on it. I just liked the sort of more natural look of baker's twine. I've trimmed that up neatly, but it hasn't remained neat. That's never going through, is it? Ah! It's that day. There we go. And that one through there. Right. Let's get a bow tied in this. Baker's twine kind of likes me. It doesn't mind if I'm all fumbly fingers. I suppose because there's no room to twist the actual ribbon loop. Look at that. Pretty good first go. And then to finish off, I've got silver glimmer paper. I've got Whisper white cardstock. Forgot to get my bit of pool party. Let me just grab a bit. It's a good job I work right next to my paper racks, isn't it? There we go, some pool party cardstock and my pool party ink. And then the stamp set I'm using is Happy Happenings. And I love it because you can, you know, obviously ideally you put the pairings together. So miss me, miss you, only all the time. Or happily hitched and so happy that you happened to each other. Those sorts of things. But actually I like the thank you on its own. So that's that one. And what block have I got here? I've got a B block. B block. Pool party ink. And then, oh, I need to re-ink that, I think. So my 3 punches that I've got, 1.5, 1 3/4 and 2 inch. So I'm going with the 1.5 round here. Oopsie. And then I've got my 1 3/4 for the pool party. And my 2 inch for the glimmer. And I'm just going to marry them all up together. That way over there. A thank you over the top. And then I've got my pool party. I did remember to get the enamel shapes out. Clearly I've used all of the hearts. So we're going to have a star on this one. Why not? We can be different. And then fast fuse all over that. And onto the front. And that is my Foxy box without a fox in sight. What do you think? I like it. I like the 2 differences. I hope you do too. Thank you ever so much for joining me. Speak to you soon.